These are fake tattoos, by the way. I went to my first Pride yesterday. So basically, I don't know what I'm doing, so, I was spending like pretty much the whole day in the city. I wanted to go to Pride for the first time, so I went with some friends, and then those friends ended up leaving later on in the day, and I met up with another friend, and so I went back to Pride after like going to the subway and to Penn a couple of times. We went to Washington Square Park again because that's where everything mainly was. Everyone was sitting down on the grass. It was a lot of people, packed. I've never been to anything. I don't think I've ever been to anything so packed ever before. Like, the park was packed. The streets were packed with people. I have photos of it, like, I'm sure other people have photos of it. Maybe I'll put some photos in here of just how packed it was. But so, I was back there with, like, this girl, like, I'm kind of friends with. Like, we've only been hanging out for, like, a short amount of time. And, yeah, so, like, basically, we go to the park, we meet up with some of her friends. I've never met them before. I was really, really tired already from, like, a really long day, and so we were just smoking, and basically, like, I started getting paranoid, because there were, like, at first there was, like, some music that was playing that was, like, questionable, like, the sounds were questionable, and, like, by that I mean, like, I was really high. I just want to preface, I was so high. So high. I don't smoke often, so I was very, very, very not sober, and I feel like that is extremely important because my mind wasn't really uh, functioning the way that it usually does. So, extra paranoid, and so there were this music that was happening, and it was just really, it was just confusing for a while, and no one was moving or anything. I was like, okay, like, it's okay, like, you know. So even before everything happened, like, I was already, like, on edge because, yeah, I'll get to that at the end. And then people started running, like, towards me, like they were, like, I was sitting here and people were running this way, and I was facing this way, like, so people started running, sprinting, for like sprinting, like, if I didn't get up and run, I might have, like, someone might have tripped over me. So I had no choice, basically, but to gun it, to sprint. And so, thank God, I had a fanny pack and my backpack already on me. I had my fanny pack. My fanny pack had my phone because my shorts didn't have pockets. Thank God. Actually, like literally. Okay. So I'm running. Like, I'm sprinting. Within 10 seconds, I lost every single person I was with, and I was with like I was in a group of at least like 8 people. I was only talking to a few of them, but, like, I lost every single person very fast, and so everybody was running. It was really scary. It was really, 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 really scary. It was really scary because people started sprinting and, like, yelling, like, run, run, run. So of course everyone started running, and so there was, like, obviously, like, the pathways to leave, and I was like, I'm not fucking going there where all of these thousands of people are trying to squeeze through, running panicked, because panicked people will do really crazy things, and I just found that out tonight, or last night, actually, my bad. I just found that out last night, just how intense it is, like, how people react in situations like this, and everybody reacts differently. Everyone reacts differently, and basically, so everyone was running, like, over here, and there were, like, some fences with, like, plants and shit, and so this guy, like, hopping the fence and, like, when I saw someone hopping the fence, I was like, this is really serious. Um, I hopped the fence too, because I really did not want to get trampled. I didn't know what to do. It was like we were all flooding out of the park. Thousands of people. I think thousands of people, like hundreds of people at least. And so it wasn't like a fence that you could like hop over. I hop fences all the time. I like hopping fences. This fence did not have anything you could hoist yourself up with. It was as like actually when I was hopping over it, I was like, this fence got me fucked up. Basically, I'm like, this fence is not safe for situations like this because I fell. I hopped over this fence and I fell, and I got back up and I ran again and I hopped over another fence and I fell again. My body was already very exhausted from the entire day, and then gunning it, high as fuck, surrounded by a mob of people running, hopping over a fence. I do want to say I didn't, like I said, I didn't hoist myself over the fence. It was as if I was jumping it like a hurdle, and the hurdle came up to like the hurdle was probably 4.5 feet high. So of course, like, my boots snagged. I was wearing boots and they snagged and I fell. I scraped my legs. I somehow fucked my arm up. I don't even remember most of this because I was in such a high adrenaline state. It was really scary. It was horrifying. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've processed it. It's really, I mean, it just happened. But I feel like I need to make this video because I don't know. I know there was a lot of other people there. But so, I lost my flask, like my water bottle, hydro flask. As I was running, I hopped over a fence and like it fell out of my hand. And I kept running. I was like, fuck, I'm not going back for that. I can't go back for that because I would have gotten trampled, and there was people who, when I was running, we were running out of the park, they started slowing down, and I know that when people are running, even if something bad's not happening, people can get trampled to death. So I was yelling at them to keep running and to keep moving because they were looking for their friend, and everyone lost their friends. Everybody, almost every single person that was in the park must have gotten separated from their friends because it was crazy. I don't even know where my friends went. I wasn't even thinking about my friends. Or my one friend that I was mainly with, I wasn't thinking about familiarity. I wasn't thinking about anything. I was just running for my life because people were running around me for their lives, and so I was gunning it. I was sprinting. I don't know how many blocks I ran, but I got out of the park and just kept running, and people who weren't running, like, there were people recording it. I saw these guys holding up their phones recording it, and I was like, good for you. Like, you're trying to videotape and see what's going on. Like, congratulations, but I was just there and I'm running for my life. So excuse me. And I was also really, really high, and almost everybody else was too that was there. Everyone was smoking. So it was, I'll get to what I really think happened at the end, but I'm not going to invalidate myself or my experience or the experience of thousands of other people that just happened. So we were running. I don't know after how many blocks people finally started to slow down because everyone was sprinting. Nobody knew what was going on, so we finally slowed down. There were these people that were near me, and they were right next to each other, like, I think talking, and I didn't know if they knew each other or not. I thought they knew each other because they were talking, and I said like, "What, do you know what's going on?" Uh, like, like, like hi, like hello, and so I ended up finding out that these people got separated from their friends too, and they didn't know each other. So we're like, okay, let's stay together. So, like, I stayed with those people for like 30 seconds, and then this really loud bang happened, like this really loud sound happened, and people started screaming and running again for their lives. So I started bolting again. I lost one of the people like I was with. I just kept running and running, like looking for a place that was open because I didn't know what was going on. And I just needed to hide somewhere because. And so I think I think the guy I was running with for a moment, he ran into this one place because it was finally open. Everything was fucking closed. And so we ran into it and pushed through everybody. I I can't even, like, it was just every single person there was in a survival mode. And we ran into this like half bar, half restaurant, half club. Like the lights were down low, people were vibing, like, and I'm just pushing through these people like fucking dancing on the dance floor. Like looking at this bar and then like running through this like restaurant in the back and just like hiding in the back and then like hiding behind the curtains and just like not knowing what to do, and then more people coming in and more people freaking out, and then like people in the restaurant finally realizing something the fuck is going on outside. So they like turned the lights off and like shut the doors, I think. I don't even know. I was in the back the whole time. I just like heard it. But like the way that people looked at us when we ran in was like, oh, like that's weird. Like, why are all these people running? Like, who are these people? Like, it was like I couldn't even believe that these people weren't there, that these people weren't feeling the same way that I just felt. And I don't even know where those people went. Like, there were these people having dinner in the back, like probably like a family low-key dinner or something, and yeah, and then they disappeared, and I was really thirsty, so I drank their water. Um, that was the least weirdest thing that happened that night. Literally the least weirdest thing that happened that night, and I'm like, oh, that's funny. Okay. But so, yeah, so I ended up just like sitting down in a chair. I was like, I don't know what to do, so I just sat down at like this big dining chair. And then like these people that were near me, they're like, oh, like come hide in the curtains with us. And like I was like, okay, because like everyone was freaking out still. I didn't know what to do, so I went behind the curtains and we hid. And like they were on their phones, and like no one had connection basically. I didn't have connection. The connection was in and out as far as I'm aware. And so like I talked to these people, and we just chatted, and I kept talking and I kept talking. My phone was really low. And yeah, so like I just talked to these random people behind the curtains. I kind of remember their names, but I was like, are you guys like sober, because I'm really high right now? And they were like, no, like we're not sober either. And I'm like, this is like horrible, like what the fuck is, like what the fuck? And so the people that I met, I know, like this is still a part of my experience, so I want to share almost not everything in detail of what happened that night, because it was a lot that happened. But I was hiding behind the curtains with people who went to high school together, and when they were in high school together, there was like a shooter threat, like a serious shooter threat before like they left school. And I was like, what the fuck? And they were like, yeah, like this kid like we went to high school with brought in a gun, and he had a list. And I was like, what the fuck? It was it was horrifying. I felt really bad for them, but also meeting, like, it was, like, I felt really bad for them and also for me too, obviously. But I just wasn't expecting, like, that, like, to meet someone, and no one knew what was going on. Like, I need to preface, nobody knew what was going on. I was hiding behind the curtains with these people for at least a half hour, I think. And they didn't want to leave. They were like, I don't know, like, I don't trust anyone, like, what they're saying, like, I think we should just hide and just, like, keep waiting for, like, someone outside to, like, tell us, like, it's okay or something. So we were, like, hiding in the curtain, like, our feet facing, like, inwards, because they're like, keep your feet like this, it's better in case someone comes in, because no one knew what was gonna go on, like, the tension in the entire bar, restaurant, club that we were all in, the tension was like, we don't know if someone is gonna come in the place and shoot it up. Because, yeah, that's just how it was. Everyone was terrified. And a lot of people were not sober. We ended up coming out of the curtain eventually and, like, going into the basement bathroom, and there were, like, people hiding there. There were people hiding everywhere. There were other people at the other curtain. There were people in the basement, people in the kitchen. Like, people were horrified. Like, the people I stayed with for a bit, they said that they hid in the kitchen for a bit. Like, it was a kitchen, like, like, thinking about it now, it's, in a way, it's kind of funny, but everybody was scared for their lives. They didn't care. And so we went to the basement for a bit. I had to use the bathroom when we were there. Like, I don't know why we went. We just went because, like, people started leaving, and we were like, let's just go in the basement for a bit. So we were there. I went pee, and then, like, we came out, and, like, we're just there, and, like, this, like, really nice person was, like, asking everyone if they were okay, and, like, this person wasn't even, like, older than me, maybe younger. I don't even know, maybe my age. But was just asking everybody if they were okay, and then just, like, giving everybody hugs. And it was so strange. Like, I don't, like, I took a hug from this person. Like, I took a serious hug. Like, I was bugged out. Like, I was like, yes. Like, I've never hugged a stranger like that ever. And it was just, like, yeah. And my friend and I ended up, like, I sent her my location so she could, apparently she was trying to find me. But so, like, she showed up. I told the people I was with, I'm like, hey, like, you guys can stay with us if you want to. They ended up leaving, and she was like, oh, like, as soon as I saw her, like, I hugged her too, because I don't know how to explain it, man. I thought I was gonna die that night. I genuinely thought I was gonna die that night. I was running for my life. People were screaming and hoarding and running. I don't know. Do you call it hoarding? It just, so many people running. And it wasn't like I was focused on other people running either. I was just running for my life, and I had no idea what was going on. So one of my earlier thoughts was to just, like, hide behind a tree and, like, play dead. Because I just genuinely had no idea what to do or what was going on. All I know was people were running and screaming, and so, yeah, after that, my friend was like, she wanted to stay in the city, afterwards. Like, I think her experience, like, running, she, like, ran into, like, a building under construction with a bunch of people. Like, it was crazy. And she didn't, like, really talk to anybody, but I was talking to almost everyone. Because that's just how I was dealing. I'm not even like that. Like sober, high, drunk, I'm not like that. I have severe social anxiety, but I was in this state. Ah, my neck. I was in this state of life or death. I was in this state of life or death, and my anxiety didn't matter to me anymore. It genuinely did not fucking matter at all, because I was talking to people and I didn't care if they thought I was crazy. I said this to my friend. I said, I was talking a lot to other people and I didn't care if they thought I was crazy because I needed to talk to other people or I was going to go crazy. Like I was, like, and also like when I was in the bar, restaurant, whatever, I forgot when this happened because a lot of everything is kind of a blur, of like a blurred timeline. I first came into the bar, like a lot of people were going into the basement, and it was weird because I didn't know it was a basement. Like the sign said bathroom, so I was like, that's like the bathroom, not the basement. But people were trying to get down, and I was trying to get down, and people were freaking out, and I'm like, everybody calm down, calm down. I don't know if I helped or if that just bugged people out more, but I was just telling people to calm down. And I didn't know a single person. I didn't know anybody. I don't even... It's just like when I'm in a bad situation, I feel like I can freak out, but I can also, in a way, handle it. And it's very, like, oxymoronic, if that's even a word. Like, it's a very oxymoron, I thought I was gonna die. I was freaking the fuck out. I was freaking the fuck out. But other people were freaking the fuck out, and I didn't want more people to get hurt, and I didn't want it to escalate. And I knew other people were freaking out, so I was just saying what was on my mind out loud. I was just like, everybody calm down. Like, calm down. Like, calm down. Don't know if that helped anyone. But it was, it was really intense. And my friend picked me up after that. We walked around for a bit, and I was trying to like gauge like what she was doing. She was like, yeah, like I think I'm just gonna go out to a party or like meet up with my friends and like get drunk or like get high, and like she was gonna stay in the city. So she wanted to get like food, so we like went to a deli and like got food, and I was like just following her. And then she like dropped me off at the subway, and when we were in the subway, like I was really high, so I kind of got like uncomfortable because it was really strange. But like, so there was this woman performing and it was pretty cool, but there was this guy like bothering her, and like it was like she could kind of handle it on her own, but like he, like, this man really wanted to sing, and basically like it was just really weird. It made me even more uncomfortable because I was really high, and like I had just been through that, and now I was witnessing like some girl get like in front of everyone, like this singer, like this girl get like, I don't even know, like just bothered. Like this guy was like all up in her space, like being weird, like being a creep, because he wanted to sing. Meanwhile, she was singing, and she had already let him sing for like a few seconds or minute or something, I don't even know. But it was just so, like, that made me even more uncomfortable. Then like I got on my subway train and I took it out, and I got to, yeah, I was on the train and I talked to more people. I just like, most people I saw, I was like, do you know what happened? Like, do you know what is going on? And everyone at first was like, what do you mean? And I'm like the pride thing, like, do you know what just happened? And So these people on the train, I asked, and I was like, hey, like, what happened? And, or like, do you know what happened? And they were like, oh, like, yeah, like, people thought, like, it was getting shot up, but like, everyone's saying, like, it's fireworks, but, like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, okay, yeah. And, like, I'm like, but, like, do you know if it was fireworks? Like, and they're like, I don't know. And they're like, and, and I was like, where were you guys at? And, I think they were outside of the park a little, and then they just saw everyone running, and I was like, okay, okay. And then I was like in the middle of the park when it happened, so like I have no idea like what went on. So I got to Penn very easily. I like found where to be, which was strange. I think it was because like I kind of followed like where the other people were going, because I was like they're going, like, everyone is going to Penn Station to go the fuck home right now, or like something like that. Like they're going to like a terminal or something. I don't know. So I just followed some other people for a bit, and then I found out where Penn was, and I went to Penn, and I found like the thing to say what train, like what trains, what tracks, and I was there, and I just like sat down, and I just sat down on the floor, like my legs out, like in dirty ass Penn Station, and I was still like really freaked out, and since I still didn't know what to believe or what happened, like I took my bracelets off, I changed my shirt because I was like, I don't know if I'm being targeted, like I don't want to be like harassed now. Like after what happened, like I don't want to like look out of the ordinary. So I was just sitting there for maybe like 5 minutes, maybe less, just like zoning out. And then I was like, I need to talk to people. I was like, I need to do something right now. My phone is halfway dead, and my connection is absolutely horrible. So I walked around for a bit, and I saw some people that looked kind of cool, like they were at Pride. And I walked over to them, and I was like, hi, do you guys know what's going on? And so we started talking, and yeah, they were taking like the same train back as me. Like, yeah. So, like, I talked to these people, and basically, like, they were at like an ice cream shop when it all happened, and they just saw people like running, and they were telling me like there was like some girls like that started laughing, like they don't know if it was because they were nervous or something, but like everyone started running, and then like everyone started hiding, and they were like, yeah, like it was really scary. And I was like, yeah, like, and then like we were on the train going back, and like we were just sitting there, and like, and then I like looked at my arm, and I was like I was like, holy shit, like, when did this happen? I was like, what the fuck? And then, like, and then, like, straight cuts, like, what the fuck? Like, it must have been from the fence I was jumping or something. And then I was, like, sitting there again, and then, like, I look at my arm, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then, like, I'm looking at my legs, and I'm like, damn, like, my leg is kind of really starting to hurt now. And I think, like, I bruised my leg or something. Like, I have a long, like, scratch going down, but, like, it's nothing really, like, serious, but, like, my leg just, like, hurts, and, like, my knee hurts, and, like, my legs are just done for right now, like, yeah, so, like, I talked to these people, and they were, like, that's basically where the story ends. I'll be real with you, like, I guess that's where the story ends. But basically, like, what some people were saying, like, was, I don't even remember who said it. It could have been the people I was on the train with going back home. But it was basically like some loud noise happened, and people got really scared and thought it was people shooting, and so ran. And everyone ran because you see a huge group of people running, you think there's a reason that that person's running. like thousands of people running, hundreds of people running towards you really fast, you're gonna start running in the opposite direction, whether they're running for a reason or it's a fucking marathon. So basically, everyone was saying it was fireworks. I saw no lights in the sky. I did not see a single light in the sky. I did not turn around either. But usually, if it's a firework and it's going off and it's one of those big ones, you'll see the reflection of it on like a car window, on building windows, on anything reflective. You see that shit usually, especially if it's close in the city. Did not see that. Initially, I switched like this. I couldn't even tell you if I heard anything other than people screaming and telling to run, like, and then saying to run, and then just sprinting. I was completely out of it. I have no idea how I ran. I have little recollection of it because I was so petrified. I think the adrenaline, that's what people were saying. They were like, oh yeah, like you got messed up. It was probably the adrenaline that you didn't feel it until now. And I'm like, yeah, probably, yeah. But basically just like I said, when originally we like stopped running for a bit, I heard a loud boom. I heard a loud boom. I don't know what it was. I see online they're saying it's fireworks. I did not see fireworks, so I can't say it was fireworks. I also did not see anything, so I can't say it was anything. Because I did not see it. And to be honest with you, I won't believe anything until I see a video of what happened. Until I see it, like an actual video from start to finish of everything that happened and where it started. But that sound that I heard was really scary. I think there might have been two of them. But it was really scary. People were really, really freaked out, and even if it wasn't anything, everyone was scared for their lives. I was scared for my life. It was not okay. Even if it was fireworks, I don't know who the fuck, like, listen, this is how I see it. Whoever set off a firework, they did it on purpose, and this is kind of what someone else was saying too that I was talking to, that they must have done it on purpose because it was Pride. So obviously, you know, you have a bunch of queer fucking people celebrating something, you know, having rights, for now at least in this stupid country, and then someone sets off a firework. If it wasn't a firework, if it was a firework, it wasn't the beautiful ones that go up in the sky. It was one that scares you into thinking that you're getting bombed or getting shot at or something. So I think it was a hate crime of some sort. That or some dumbass trying to play a prank. I don't know if anyone got trampled. I could have easily gotten trampled. Anyone could have easily gotten trampled. I don't, like I said, like, I had to tell people to keep moving. Because they were in front of me slowing down too, so I got freaked out because if they slowed down, I was gonna have to slow down, and it was just really weird, swerving in and out of a bunch of fucking strangers. It was really unreal. It was completely unreal. It was completely unreal, and because it was Pride, what I've come to think and what other people have said is just, with even the tension of the world, the tension of the United States at least, with all the guns and everything, you know, you have a lot of queer people. You have this group of people who have been oppressed and, like, targeted for violence for a really long time. Like, you have them all in one place. And then some dumbass sets off a firework, whatever the fuck it was, that was a loud booming noise. scaring everyone the fuck out when we're trying to have a good chill time and celebrate, and now everyone's running for their lives, and people were partying after everything, and I don't know how, because I thought I was gonna fucking die that night. I needed to go home. I needed to leave the fucking city because I was so scared. I had no idea what was going on. There's so many horrible things that people are capable of doing that I didn't know if someone was coming around gunning everyone down, because people started hiding as we were running. They started hiding like behind anything, and I didn't know if I should stop and hide or if I should just keep running. And I just ran into the closest place that was open to me and hid for my life because I thought I was gonna fucking die. I thought the place might have been getting bombed. I had no idea what was going on. And I know the entire night there was a lot of cops there, so I did feel like a little safer, I guess. But this shit still happened, and whether it was an active shooter or not, people were running for their lives because they thought they were gonna die. I was running for my life because I thought I was gonna die. I was in a space with people for at least an hour. I don't know how long we were there. Like, time was lost. I don't know, I kind of lost track of what I was saying. Whether it was a shooter or it was anything going off, I think after what happened, there are a lot of other people like me. It happened to everyone extremely differently, but I think there are other people who felt like they were going to die that night. That they were being chased down for being gay, for being trans, for being queer, for being something, I don't know. But it was really, really scary, and I've never been to Pride before. I rarely ever go to big events, and I've never really had the fear that something could happen. Yeah, basically, it was really, really scary. It was horrifying, and basically, sorry, like, I don't give a fuck. You think this is gross? Click off. I gotta go grab something because I know this is not gonna stop. I don't care, like, alright, I have this shit in my face, but I just got a bloody nose. Like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, I can't just stop the video, like, midway. Or, I don't even know what way this is, but it was really scary. It was horrifying. It was traumatizing. It was very traumatizing, and it's just like, I think everyone was there, and everyone that was there, in the back of their mind, we all kind of were like, this isn't really the best idea, you know? Our country's becoming more Republican. Women just got rights taken away from them. And fucking gun violence is through the fucking roof. And here we all are, gays, queers, all of us, trannies. We're here. And having fun. So, of course, if a big, loud boom happens, it's us being targeted, because that's what we have to expect. And that, I think that is what was in the back of everybody's head. And if it wasn't in the back of their head, it's in the front of their head now, because with everything that happened, if you were someone that was running and you got caught in it, it was very, 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 very scary. Almost unreal. I feel like it didn't happen, and when I'm saying all of these things that happened, then I'm like making it up or talking about a dream. because it was just really scary. I think I smoked too much last night. And also, being really high, I don't like being really high. Just changed the level of it too, and like I kind of started mellowing out by like before it happened, because I was like, all right, we're done smoking. So I was like chilling, trying to get sober really fast, and then this shit happened, and then it was just, I couldn't feel sober at all. It's been 12 hours. It's been more than 12 hours since it happened, since I smoked at least, and I still don't feel very sober, and I think it's just me being in shock. And I don't even know who to tell about this, like, in my real life. I don't know if I should even bring this up to people, because it just was like, it was just really, really scary. It was really traumatizing, I think, and I don't know how to bring this up to people, because I'm just like so insecure about like venting to my friends sometimes, because yeah, it's just fucking weird. But and I heard too, I think this is also true, but you know, with something happening like this, I think the queer community is literally like the most like so accepting and loving, that if you know, it's just so different that it happened with people like that celebrating. Because I was, you know, I talked to so many people that night, and most all of them were queer. They were like, I don't know if some of them were trans, but like most of them were like bi or gay. And so, you know, it was just very, very strange, you know, meeting other people who are queer under the circumstances of that is very weird as fuck. Very fucking weird. But yeah, I don't know. I guess this is kind of the end of the video. I don't know what else I can say, really. I haven't really read any of the news things. I think I read like one or two. But if the media blows this up, I don't even know how to feel. I genuinely don't know how to feel. I don't want to see myself running in a video online. And there probably will be one online of me somewhere running for my life, because people are fucking retards. Like, if you could go back to that moment and live it through me, I don't know. Like, you just be really fucked up over it, like I am. And I'm trying not to be. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this. I have already been going through a breakup. Like, I've already been going through a really serious breakup, and it's been a little over 2 months. Now it's just, you know, I'm very grateful to be alive right now, whether it was guns or wasn't. I still could have gotten trampled. There are people who still could have gotten trampled and who still could have gotten hurt. And I am very, very grateful to be alive right now. Yeah. That's pretty much it. If you were there, I'm so sorry. If you want to talk to me about it in the comments or something, feel free to. I don't know how many views this is even gonna get, but I just needed to just come out here and share my own experience, because I don't know if the media is gonna twist things up. What's up? This is me just editing. I know I don't look the best. It's been a few days since this happened. I kind of just wanted to pop in here and also, you know, add information basically. So, from the research that I did after I made this video, I think the day after or so, well, for one thing, it's illegal to set off fireworks in New York City.
And another thing is, out of all of the media outlets, online, the articles and everything that were covering this, which they all did a horrible job. It was very vague. It was very vague. I saw absolutely no mentioning by any source or by any of the police involved or NYPD or investigators or the governor or anyone. I saw absolutely no mentioning of trying to find the criminal who set off these fireworks, trying to find the person who set off the fireworks. I found no evidence of that. I also saw no photos of fireworks going off, or like the aftermath of the photos, the firecracker things, anything left over. Saw nothing of that. It is also something I don't want to dig very deep for either, to find those photos or videos at the very moment, because I'm still trying to get over this. But I just wanted to come and say, it doesn't seem like anyone gives a fuck, and that anyone is going to try to get justice for all of the people who were physically hurt and who are now mentally traumatized by the events that occurred that night. I did see from somewhere that it said nobody was injured. I was injured. I am kind of bruised up and banged up, so thanks for asking. News sources, I did not see anybody interviewing anybody after that. Interesting. Everyone that was there got the fuck out of there if they got hurt, because it was very horrifying. So yeah, I think the coverage for this was absolute shit, and I don't see justice in the future. I hope that there will be somehow, but I don't expect anyone to give a fuck. So yeah, I just wanted to include that.
It was a very scary night, and the night should have just been all about celebration and just being ourselves, and not having not running for our lives no matter what. Whoever started it, fuck you. Genuinely, whoever put off the fireworks, whoever did whatever you did, I don't know what the fuck it was. Fuck you. Sincerely, fuck you. Sincerely, fuck you. You have a lot of fucking issues, so thanks for spreading it to everybody else. It doesn't help. It will not help you, and it does not help the world around you either. You're just trying to bring everyone down, but you're just gonna make people stronger. Because, sometimes you have to go through some really tough shit in order to come out and to be a better person and to rise above. So, with that, I'm going to conclude this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. Happy Pride.